It's a common misconception that hunter-gatherers or our ancestors lead lives that are nasty, brutish, and short. If you actually look at the data, it shows that if a man or a woman makes it to the age of 12 or 13, they have a life expectancy that is just as long as ours. The confusion comes in because these indigenous tribes have higher rates of infant and child mortality.
This is a claim I've heard many times from proponents of a carnivore diet, but I've never seen any of them actually provide data, despite Paul claiming that there is data. So let's see what I could find. This study looked at mortality at various ages among Swedish and Japanese populations, as well as numerous hunter-gatherer populations. They found that hunter-gatherer populations had mortality rates over 100-fold greater than modern Japanese or Swedish populations up to age 15. And after age 15, mortality rates remained over 10-fold greater. So this directly refutes Paul's claim that after adjusting for child or infant mortality, they lived just as long as non-hunter-gatherer populations. In fact, the hunter-gatherer populations had mortality rates that more closely mirrored that of chimpanzees. Accultured hunter-gatherers, however, who had some access to modern medicine and food subsidies, had mortality rates that were more comparable to Swedish and Japanese populations in the 18 and early 1900s, but still nowhere near that of modern populations. If we look at another publication comparing age of death among the hunter-gatherers to Americans in 2002, we see that there's a pretty consistent rate of death among the hunter-gatherers from age 15 to about age 50, which then slightly increases until age 70. Whereas there's a very low rate of death among Americans at lower ages, which starts to rise around age 50 and then peaks at 85. So are there some hunter-gatherers who may live into their 60s or 70s? Sure, but many are dying between their teenage years and middle age. So to claim that life expectancy after childhood is just as long as in industrialized nations is just plain false.